You're watching I Love My Job. I'm Doug Thaker. It's a hot subject. It's a hot topic, folks. It's all over. We just saw it in the headlines of the News Journal here a couple of weeks ago. It's talked about all the time. It's called workforce development. And I got Tom Luther with me tonight. He is the coordinator or the site director of StarTek. Tom, thank you very much for being on I Love My Job.
Thanks for having me.
Who is StarTek?
So StarTek is a business process outsourcer. Essentially, we do customer service for a client. We take about 300,000 inbound customer service calls a year. There's no sales, there's no telemarketing, no collections, just purely inbound customer service.
Okay, what does that mean? Can you break that down for me?
Sure. For our respective client, maybe you have a problem with your bill. Maybe you have a technical problem with the device that you have. Our agents will help you with that.
Okay. So you are always looking for?
Always looking for what we call brand warriors. Brand warrior is our motto. Essentially, we want to represent your brand like a warrior would. We're going to go at it 110% with work ethic every day and have fun while we're doing it, which is most important.
Okay, so consequently, you're always on the prowl. You're always looking for employees. Is that too broad? Am I too?
No, we're looking for, obviously, folks that have some customer service background. Sales is a plus, right? Because I think you're dealing with customers. If you have that sales background, I think you're that much more comfortable. Most importantly, what I'm looking for is really a good person, someone with solid values, someone that wants to work hard, someone that's willing to listen to receive coaching. They're going to handle about 40 to 50 customer service calls a day. So someone with patience, because it's not always rainbows and sunshine. Sometimes you're going to have a tough customer experience, but we're going to train you to handle that in a very patient manner.
Okay. Now, I picked up this ad. Let's take a look at that, okay, for just a moment. And the ad reads, we have a new look, new management, and a new attitude.
Absolutely.
What does all that mean?
So StarTek over time has had an up and down relationship with the community. I think in prior years, I think the leadership was up and down, to be honest. The one thing that my team and I are bringing to the table is consistency, and I think that's what any employee wants. They want consistency in the way they're led, in the way they're developed, and most importantly, in the way they're treated. We really pride ourselves on a culture of not only development and training, but rewards and recognition. We want you to feel special. We work as employees, 80% of our time is spent at work. We might as well have fun and develop you while you're at it.
Gee, you're looking for people that love their job.
Love their job.
That's
Absolutely.
Great. That's great.
To say we've done a 180 at StarTek is an understatement. Since July, with the particular client we represent, we compete with 20 sites globally for their customer service work monthly. And we were near the bottom, to be honest with you, around July. From July on, we have held the #1 spot globally with our respective client 5 times, which is a big deal.
Yeah, congratulations.
That's consistency, right?
Yeah.
We've been consistent in our financial performance. We've been, more importantly, consistent with our attrition. And as you know, that's the percent of people that you lose on any given month. So based on that performance, Doug, that's why we're looking to grow and looking for great brand warriors in the city of Mansfield.
No question about it. During my tenure of working, obviously a big factor was turnover in personnel. And the key to that was percentage. The higher the percentage, you said, bing, the red light goes on. Something's wrong here, folks.
Right.
What's wrong with me or my company?
Right. That's absolutely correct. I can tell you that we've cut our attrition percentage by almost in half.
Whoa.
In that time.
That's significant.
I think it's because we've adopted a new coaching methodology with our respective client. That has helped. It's very personable. It's not meeting with my manager just once a week. There are daily contacts with each employee. That makes you feel special. That makes you feel developed. From a rewards and recognition standpoint, we developed a very robust monthly rewards and recognition ceremony where we hit over 175 of our employees receive some type of award. There's individual awards, team awards, there's performance awards, attendance awards, Team Attitudes Awards, or award we have called the Loyal Warrior that looks at someone with high integrity, high team attitude, someone that wants to win. And those are the type of people we're looking for.
So you have a whole litany of motivation, bonuses,
Absolutely.
incentives?
Absolutely. Besides that rewards and recognition we talked about, we have a very robust pay-for-performance program or bonus program.
Okay, so the point of it is, obviously, we're all alike. Every 2 weeks or every week, whatever the case may be, you're always looking forward to that paycheck. But we're talking about more than just the paycheck at StarTek.
Absolutely. The monthly rewards and recognition, as we touched about, Our ultimate brand warrior can take home several $100s in gift cards a month, so that's a big incentive.
You bet.
The monthly pay for performance program that I mentioned also is upwards of several $100s for top performers. And in turn, that has helped us drive our client performance and led to this job growth that we're here to talk about today.
Wow. Once again, we're talking to StarTek. We're talking to the site director, Tom Luther, about workforce development and what StarTek has to offer, and what it sounds to me is a lot. We'll be right back with Tom right after this. Okay, the company is StarTek, and the site director is with us tonight, Tom Luther with StarTek, of course, and we're talking about workforce development. What goes on? Who is this company, and what's happening? First of all, it's a local company.
Absolutely, located on 850 West 4th Street.
Okay, number of employees right now?
About 550.
Okay, that's big.
That is big. We're the second largest employer in the city of Mansfield behind Med Central.
Okay, and the point of it is, again, because of your growth, you're looking for employees.
Absolutely. Based on our performance with the client we represent, as I mentioned earlier, we've been number one globally for 5 of the past 9 months, and in turn, they've asked us to grow. So we are going to be hiring 80 new prospective brand warriors within the next 60 days, which is exciting in a time in which there's some despair in the community.
Yeah. Well, hey folks, I just read in the News Journal about unemployment in Richland County is up. Whoa! And you're telling me there's jobs.
There's absolutely jobs. That to me is also surprising because we're always hiring. And in the past, there was a difference. In the past, StarTek was hiring based on heavy attrition. That's not the case. As we discussed earlier, our attrition has been cut in half. This is hiring based on client performance or positive growth. So we're retaining our current employee base and looking to grow, which is great news for the city of Mansfield, for our employees, family, and friends. So we're actively, again, looking for great people.
Okay, let's talk about benefits.
Sure.
Or can you talk to me about benefits?
Sure, I can. Benefits start with the company after day 60. Our employees go through a 9-week training, and they will hit production. That's when they begin taking their phone calls. So we're going to train you in a robust fashion for 9 weeks. But after day 60, that's when your personal benefits will kick in. Basic medical, dental, vision. We also offer a very healthy 401k.
Okay, that's a lot.
Absolutely.
Now, on top of all of that, you're telling me that there's also these bonuses or these motivators.
Absolutely. Your base pay, you're going to start at $9 an hour. After the 9-week training and you graduate, you bump up to $9.25. But in addition, we do offer the monthly rewards and recognition awards that I mentioned to you earlier, both individual and team-based, as well as an individual pay-for-performance bonus that's metric-driven.
Okay, Tom, I come to you as an applicant. First of all, how do I apply?
Sure, you can apply online, or you can come into the site. We're always ready and willing to take your on-site application. A willing applicant should be willing to invest about 2 hours of their day to not only complete the online assessment, to go through an online interview, as well as take a tour of the site. We're going to have you sit with agents, listen to phone calls, see if this is for you.
Sure.
We're not going to force anything down anyone's throat. We want you to feel comfortable. So we're ready and willing to give you, again, a full tour, let you listen to some phone calls, ask questions of our agents, or questions of our leadership, etc.
So it helped me to be acclimated. If I can say at the end of the period of time, the first day, this isn't for me. I'm not cut out for this sort of thing.
Yeah, we appreciate that type of honesty, right? I think we try to do our best to show you what the true picture looks like that day. As I mentioned, we're going to put you through a robust online assessment. We're going to have you interview with one of our supervisors and one of our human resource candidates. From there, we will put you on the floor, have you listen to phone calls, ask questions of our agents, and then we're going to bring you back in and ask you how the experience was. At that point, we're looking for the candidates to be open and honest with it. Is it for you? Is it not for you? Could you see yourself doing this every day? And from there, we just appreciate the honesty, right? We do realize this isn't for most people, but the thing we try to accentuate is we're going to put you through a very robust, very well-led 9-week training course. So when you come out to that floor, you're going to be well prepared. Okay,
talk to me about shifts or blocks of time that I'm going to work.
Absolutely, good question. So our center is an 18-hour center. We're open from 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. daily. So we offer shifts all through that course of the day. We do have shift bids. So in the event you do come on as a new hire and say your schedule's 4:30 p.m. to 1 a.m., after you hit the production floor and you perform for 90 days, we have what we call a bid, where all agents are racked and stacked based on their performance, and then we open up whatever available schedules are there and we bid them out. So if you had a schedule that maybe you weren't in love with, but you come on and you perform at a high level, you'll move up in the overall ranking, and maybe you get that 8 to 5 that you're looking for.
Okay. Now, let's take a single woman, okay?
Sure.
Okay, got the kids. Got to get the kids ready for school. Got to get them off of school. Can you fit me in?
Yeah. We try our best to make that happen.
Okay.
Obviously, we need some commitment from them as well.
Okay.
Right? The 9-week training is really a non-negotiable. We need you full-time, 40 hours a week for those 9 weeks. Because if you miss a day or two, that's vital curriculum that you're going to miss. Once you hit the production floor, though, we do have a concept called flex scheduling. So flex scheduling, you're working in the middle of the day and your son gets ill. Obviously, family comes first. You have to leave. We're going to allow you to flex those hours later in the week. And really, that solves a few things.
Yeah.
You were able to go pick up your ill child. You were able to come back later in the week to make your paycheck whole. And you were able to help out the business with a service level during a shift in which we need you later in the week. So it's really a you scratch my back, I'll scratch your type philosophy.
Very accommodating then.
Very.
Absolutely. Plus all of the other fringe benefits that you did discuss that you're talking about. Now, Tom, talk to me about one of the things that, as you well know, in workforce development we talk about is soft skills. Mm-hmm. Now, briefly, from your interpretation, how do you define soft skills?
Well, I think soft skills is a personalization of the customer experience. The client we represent, as well as StarTek, we pride ourselves on really having it be a personal relationship. The average call length that we take at StarTek runs about 10 minutes. We want that to be as comfortable as you and I sitting here having a conversation. And oftentimes, as customers, we call in customer service lines, and we get very cold, very robotic individuals. We're not looking for that. We want agents to let their personality shine. Strike up a conversation about the dog you heard barking in the background on that phone call, right? Great. We're here to solve a problem ultimately, but we want to have fun doing it and making it comfortable.
Yeah, great. Once again, we're talking to Tom Luther, Site Coordinator, Director with StarTek, and they're looking for people. You want a job? We'll be right back with I Love My Job right after this. Okay, first of all, yes, you are watching I Love My Job. And once again, my special guest is Tom Luther, who is the Site Director with StarTek. By the way, now Tom is telling us that they are the second largest employee in Richland County.
Absolutely.
Again, it's a pleasure to have you. Thank you very much for being on I Love My Job. Okay, Tom, what are requirements? What do I need to have in my bag before I can come to work for you people?
Sure, we keep it simple. We're looking for a GED or high school diploma or above, obviously. As I mentioned earlier, we're looking for hardworking, high-value individuals. Someone that's willing to come on, listen, learn, be developed, because we do pride ourselves on having best-in-class trainers, best-in-class supervisors that are going to help you become very good at this job.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a sticky question, Tom.
Sure.
Okay, you ready for this?
Ready.
I just read the headlines of a local paper probably a week ago. It said if you're 50 and over, you're not going to find a job. StarTek?
Absolutely. StarTek's for anyone. We have individuals that range from 18 to upwards of mid-60s currently. Again, I can't accentuate this enough. We're looking for people that are solid individuals, people that have solid backgrounds, want to be a solid teammate, want to be developed, want to be coached. Typing skills are more of a nicety, not a necessity. So it would benefit you to know your way around a computer a little bit, but we're not going to ask you to type 100 words a minute or anything of that sort.
So if I'm 50 or over, you're not going to discriminate against me?
Absolutely not. Love to have you.
Great. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, now we've talked about the requirements, which are really very relatively simple. Mm-hmm. Let's talk for just a moment about training. Now, you've indicated to us, obviously, when I come on the job, I need what, 9 weeks of training?
You get 9 weeks of training. We're moving towards an 8-week model in May, but currently it's 9 weeks.
Okay, I need to stop you. Do I get paid for that?
You do.
Whoa. Okay,
Absolutely.
I get paid for my training. Okay,
Absolutely.
take me beyond that as far as training and coaching is concerned. Where do I go from there?
Sure, you're going to get upwards of about an hour of coaching personally a week, which is a big deal. Right, when you're talking about 550 people, that's a commitment, but a commitment that StarTek wants to make. We want to make sure that you're being developed in a one-on-one format. We also have what we call a team huddle format, which is you and your peers being developed by your manager. Typically, we have 2 huddles a week, both of roughly 15 minutes, some run 30 minutes. Whether we're talking about a new product, a new service, maybe we're having a soft skills, what we call acceleration huddle. We have different tactics as it relates to our coaching to make sure that our agents are well-rounded.
Okay, Tom, talk to me about promotions. Now, I come to StarTek. I start at the ground level. Obviously, I can understand that. But the point of it is, can I go up the ladder, or am I there for the rest of my life?
No, absolutely. We pride ourselves on developing our people, and we're getting much better at that. Currently today, you have to be on the production floor for 90 consecutive days post-training, and then once you're past your 90 days, you're eligible for promotion. Currently, we have a slew of opportunities that look at opportunities within our training department. We have what we call supervisor prep series for people that want to be future people leaders, as well as opportunities we're developing within recruiting and quality.
Tom, recently I saw a book, and I'm not sure that I read the whole thing, but just stick with me for just a moment. The book, I think, was entitled 1,001 Ways as You as an Employer Can Promote Morale in Your Institution or Your Business. What do you people do in that vein?
Right, great question. I think we've mentioned today our Healthy Rewards and Recognition Program. So to give you an idea, this is a monthly ceremony. We have a lounge at the site called the Warrior Lounge. It has 2 plasma TVs, 2 leather couches, a custom pool table, a ping pong table. You're not going to find that in Mansfield, right? This is a place where this is a place you can come before, during, or after your shift just to hang out. Managers have team meetings in there. This is where we hold that monthly rewards and recognition ceremony that we mentioned. It's a big deal, right? All of our supervisors, our senior leadership are present, and everyone is called out individually for the respective award that they've won that month. And to agents, that feels good.
Okay, now another big issue, of course, with all of us, and you included, you're an employee like all of us are concerned. Where does doctor's appointments or sick leave fill in, or the kids are sick? How does all of that work into StarTek?
Well, we do have benefit time. We have what we call PTO, or paid time off. We also have voluntary time off. So say, for instance, the estimated call volume that we think we're going to get delivered that day doesn't come. It's a slow day, right? We have a sheet where you can sign up and volunteer to go home, obviously unpaid,
Sure.
right? But still, it's a flexible option.
Yeah.
As mentioned earlier, we have what we call our flexible scheduling, right? For one time a month, if you have a doctor's appointment or your child is ill, etc., we're going to allow you the opportunity to go home, work on that work-life balance issue that you may have, to make up the time later in the week. You keep your paycheck whole, you're able to improve on that work-life balance, and ultimately the business is able to get assistance from you at a time we need it later in the week.
The ad reads, help wanted. The company is StarTek, Mansfield, Ohio. Sounds great to me. We got more with Tom Luther right after this. Okay, once again, the company is StarTek, and I'm reading the headlines. We have a new look, a new management, and a new attitude. And of course, obviously, we got Tom Luther, who's part of all of that. How many employees? Now, you talked about you hired so many and you got so many openings. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, great question. So we've done a lot of growth later 2012 and now here in 2013. We hired 80 individuals at the end of 2012. And again, it's important to note this is client growth. This is not growth based on attrition. And there's a perception in the city of Mansfield that StarTek continues to lose individuals based on poor morale, poor coaching, poor training. Those days are no longer. This is client-related growth, so this is a very exciting time for the city of Mansfield. We're currently looking to fill 80 more slots in the next 60 days. There will be more hiring in the spring and summer, absolutely, based on the trajectory we're headed in right now.
Okay, and you mentioned the fact off camera. Talk to me about the president of the chamber coming to StarTek in.
Yeah, recently. The president of the chamber came. He was floored, right? Just the nicety of the building. When you come inside the building, we've made it a state-of-the-art facility. As it relates to culture, it wasn't what he had heard, right? And that's a common thing we hear, Doug, is that the perception is Mansfield is a city of about 125,000 individuals.
Yes.
So negativity spreads fast.
Yes.
We're the inverse, right? We're trying to be pillars of positivity, spreading the fact that this is a new culture. Yeah. It's a new change, new management, new personnel. So I challenge anyone out there looking for a job, come on down, check it out. I personally will give you a tour, sit down, talk with you about your career aspirations, and help you understand whether StarTek's for you or not.
Yeah.
And I venture to say that a lot of people are going to say, wow, that's not what I thought.
Yeah. So see, if you have doubts, if you have concerns, you have sensitivities, all you got to do is get a hold of Tom, and he's going to run you through and show you the real story of StarTek. Now, you people are very community involved, too.
Absolutely. We pride ourselves on getting involved in anything and everything. We often volunteer at the local soup kitchens. We donated over 700 canned goods at the Thanksgiving canned good collection. We donated over 400 coats at Christmas time. We're anxiously awaiting the weather to break so we can be more involved with Habitat for Humanity, rebuilding homes, painting homes.
Yeah. Tom Luther, thank you very much for being on I Love My Job and telling us the story, the real, true story of StarTek.
Thanks, Doug.
I'm Doug Thaker, and you've been watching I Love My Job. What a great show, great personality. We're coming back next week. The Help Wanted sign is out. Give StarTek a call. Go out there and look around for yourself. That's what it's all about. Don't listen to somebody else. Thank you very much for watching us. We're coming back next week for another great show. A show like this, developing the community, putting people to work. Thank you very much, and good night.